guys, I am extremely excited to bring on this guest. I met him at the Northwest Mountain Challenge. I don't remember exactly where it was because we did a few of them. Was it Hoodoo or I don't
I
remember.
believe the first, yeah, no, I think the first one was Hoodoo. That's when we started talking and you had your tent set up and we were helping you do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, this is Brandon Hoffhines from Squatch Nut. He is the CEO and founder or co-founder of Squatch Juice, which first off, the name, I remember seeing it for the first time and I was like, "Oh dude, that is unbelievable. There are so many possibilities." Like my digital media brain was just like going crazy. Um but yeah, I tried it out and I was like, "Oh, this stuff is really good," you know. So real quick, uh, I want to thank our sponsors. We'll go ahead and thank Squatch Nut. You know, you've provided me with some Squatch juice and stuff like that, and we did a commercial together and stuff like that. So thank you very much. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and roll that commercial.
Dude,
Of course, bro.
he's never had a bull like that. It's just a dream come true.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Love it. Thank you.
That's
Appreciate
fantastic.
it. Doesn't get any better than this, guys. Breakfast is on me.
Dude.
And it's warm.
Cheers.
Cheers. Way up there, man.
Hey, do you guys hear that?
Yeah, I can't hear nothing, man. I'm deaf.
No, I swear. I hear something down there. What is that?
Whoa!
Can I have some?
Uh-huh. Thanks, Squatch Nut.
If you see me coming, I'm about to get it started. Get it started. I'ma show you something that you never knew you wanted. Yeah, you want it. Claws out, unleashed, I'm a beast. Got the whole crowd. Party, make a scene. Gonna get it loud. Real proud, show my teeth. Go wild like an animal. Like an animal! Like an animal!
And as always, this show is powered by 6 a.m. Outdoors. And real quick, we'll go ahead and get into the commercial. This episode was brought to you by 6 a.m. Outdoor Gear. 6 a.m. is a lightweight backpacking and hunting gear company that provides you with all kinds of lightweight options for the backcountry. They have shelters, quilts, game bags, tarps, everything you'd need to pretty much set up a lightweight camp. Everything is guaranteed for life, very competitive price-wise. So go online and check out 6amoutdoors.com. It's VIAMoutdoors.com. All right, we got the business stuff out of the way. Brandon, go ahead and give an introduction. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what you get down with.
Yeah. Well, let me just start off by saying, man, I am super honored to be on your show. Getting to know you in the last, what, 5 months, maybe 4 months, something like that, has been
Yeah.
absolutely a blast, dude. Um, Guys, I just want to give these guys a huge shout out because their product is absolutely amazing. I love their tents. I love what they do. I love how easy and packable, lightweight they are. I'm definitely going to be using one when I go out. This year for hunting was really unique. We had a lot of fires, and where we were hunting, we were smack dab in the middle of the Nelly fire and the Wapiti fire. So we had 3 days, 4 days to make it happen. We ended up making it happen. We got three elk in 3 days, but we were staying at a cabin because literally the smoke was, I think, it got up to like 900, something like that one day for like air quality. It sucked. We were literally, like, I'm not even joking. We were hunting with respirators. So I'll be making a video
Jeez.
on that. You guys can go on our YouTube and watch it, but we could not go outside and breathe without a respirator. So first time ever. But
Holy
anyways,
cow.
so guys, it was insane, man. Like so, TJ, my brother, Aaron knows him really well. He's the founder of the Northwest Mountain Challenge and Dead on Archery over here in Boise, and he had to wear it every second of the day when we were outside just because his lungs are so bad. So pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
guys, yeah, so Squatch Juice, right? I don't know. I mean, Squatch Juice. Let's just talk
Well,
about that real quick, right?
how about this? Where did the idea come from to start Squatch Juice?
Well, that's a great story. I got fired from a job and I was doing really, really well. Come to find out, the corporate life is not the same. And it doesn't matter how well you're doing, you're always going to be disposable. Doesn't matter. It's always bottom end for a corporation. So, um, that happened, and then 4 months before that happened, my dad took his life, and so mental health was kind of weighing heavy on me at the time. I was probably the lowest I've ever been. I just lost my job, bought a brand new truck, had to sell it right away. Couldn't make the payment on it. We put everything into one basket. All my income, like all my livelihood, was gone. It just like out from underneath me. Had no idea, and I never got to a point where like I was thinking suicidal, but man, like I felt like an absolute loser. Like, I couldn't provide for was I for my kids, to my wife. And man, so yeah, I started kind of thinking I need to start doing something for me. And I don't ever want to be in this position again, right? So I started kind of with Squatch Nut. Buddy of mine reached out to me. He knew that I was going through a really rough time. And at the time, we just wanted to create like a clothing line, right? Like a brand. So the Sasquatch, if you can see him actually on this side, he's got the
Yep.
Idaho between his legs. And so I was like, let's do this. Because he told me that he lost his job and that he actually tried to commit suicide. And that killed me. And I've known him for, I don't know, 14, 15 years. And so I said, let's do something together. If it goes somewhere, great. If it doesn't go anywhere, then at least you got something really cool on your resume. So he built my entire website and he's still working on it. We're doing some adjustments on it right now because of Squatch Juice. Then we did like Squatch Con Idaho. We did a whole bunch of other things. And it just wasn't really going anywhere. So we ended up creating Squatch Juice, right? It just kind of dawned on me. I was out hunting where I was this year, but on the side of a mountain. I got done drinking in a competitor drink. I'm not going to name names, but man, I felt like garbage. And I literally was dry heaving on the side of the mountain. I just couldn't do it. And was thinking this is supposed to be providing me like energy, nutrients, making me feel a lot better, but it's making me feel like garbage. And so I was like, you know what? What I could do is create a product that I know that people are going to want to follow and be a part of and make it really, really clean. And I was sitting there on the side. I was like, man, if I could only have the strength and endurance and focus of a Sasquatch, it was just kind of like really, really kind of funny. Um, then I could get up this mountain. So that's kind of when it dawned on me. It's just like I want to create something really, really good, really, really healthy. That it's not only healthy for your body but also for your mind. Because I started realizing that we are putting so much garbage into our bodies. We are the most unhealthy nation in the world. So when you start looking at all the garbage that we're putting in our bodies, it's causing a lot more cancer, it's causing a lot more autoimmune disorders, and it's causing us to have a lot more mental disabilities or like mental, um, I don't even what you want to say, just it's just not very stable mentally. So we're getting a lot more depressed. We're starting to think a lot more negative. I mean, look at the news, look at the media, look at everything that we surround ourselves with, right? If it's not bad, we're not interested in it. And why? And why? It's just because we're conditioned, right? It's just sad. So I wanted to change the game. I wanted to do something completely different, and I wanted to create Squatch Juice, right? So Squatch, why? Gives you the power, the focus, the energy, the endurance of a Sasquatch without all of that nasty stuff. So we use natural ingredients. So like a Sasquatch, he's going to be out picking all this stuff out in the woods. It's all natural to him, right? So kind of the same concept. And so we do less than a gram of sugar, 3 calories. We have turmeric root, which is in there, which is huge. And you're not going to find hardly any other drinks like energy drinks or like a nutritional drink or a pre-workout that has turmeric root in it. Turmeric root has so many different like health benefits to it. You probably know a lot about it, Aaron, like being in the
Yeah,
outdoors and all that stuff.
there's all kinds of different benefits and stuff like that. And well, real quick, I kind of want to ask you something, not to take you off topic, but um, first off, I'm sorry that you've had to deal with so much issue or so many issues with um, mental illness and stuff like that. I mean, it's a really tough thing, and obviously, um, with my background in the military and stuff like that, I've lost a lot of friends to it. And actually, when I was on the last podcast, I told a little story uh, about how I had sponsored a vet to go out on a hunt, and he couldn't make it to go out. And uh, about a month after, one of the other guys that actually could go out calls me and goes, "Hey, Bug just tried to commit suicide. They found him on his floor. He had tried to take a bunch of pills." And so it's one of those things where it's just like, um, that's one of the things that hits me really hard. And I've been there personally, with a lot of, just the demons in your head, um, and it's really, really,
Yeah.
really sad. So mental cognition is a very, very important thing. There's tons of studies to show that if you have a good mental attitude, your physical body does far and away better. So, just tackling that in itself um, is huge. So, uh, so
Yeah.
what is it? So you were talking a little bit about turmeric root and stuff like that. What are some of the other things
Yeah.
uh, that are helping within Squatch Juice?
Yeah. Well, let me just first off just let you know that my heart goes out to you and to hear that, and that's something that I think we all need to be cognitive of is suicide and mental health has affected all of us in one way or another, whether it's directly or indirectly or by someone or through someone. Um, we have all been impacted by it. So I just want you to know that I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm glad that your friend's still here, and yeah. But so some of the great things about squash juice, besides the turmeric root, is we put L-tyrosine, which helps with the mental stability, helps you adapt to stressful situations, so you stay a lot less stressed. We have all your vitamins in it, your B, C's, and D's. So the big kicker is this is two things. Number one is we have all the vitamin B's and C's and D's. Now, what do I mean by that, right? If you look at Mountain Ops, Wilderness Athlete, or a whole bunch of these other ones, they'll have your B3, your B6, maybe just your B12, maybe a little bit of B8, but they don't have all of them. And it's very critical that we are consuming as much as we can for our vitamins and especially for our B's and our D's. And I'm explaining that here in just a second. But our B vitamins, we have all three or all of them. You got your B3, your B6, your B8, and your B12, which is huge. The way that we manufacture our B vitamins is the right way. It's more expensive, but it is the right way because we need to be doing that. So there's two different ways of how we're formulating and we're creating our B vitamins. There's one that's not the right way, and then there is one that is the right way. I'm not going to name names. I know the companies who do this. You can look them up. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that you can find, but the nasty way, the way that the FDA is trying to ban right now is the company will take the sludge or the foam off of sewage plants.
That looks good.
And then they will ship that off and get that to be your B12, your B6 or B3. So it's actually really disgusting. So if you're finding yourself drinking an energy drink, whether it's a ready to drink like an RTD or if it's like a powdered energy drink, and all of a sudden you feel yourself kind of like getting that gut, you don't feel very good, or you're starting to go to the bathroom a heck of a lot, and you're not even halfway through your energy drink, and it's like, why am I going to the bathroom a lot? Then you know they're using the wrong B vitamins and it's just pushing that poison out because your body knows. So what we do
Really?
is we
So
farm.
I actually
Yeah.
saw, and not to cut you off, but I actually saw some videos not too long ago where it was talking about different energy drinks and stuff, and they were saying that they use sewage
Hmm.
to formulate their energy drinks, and I was like, no freaking way that that's real, because it just was like beyond me that people would even think to do something like that, right? But
Yeah.
that actually makes more sense where, well, it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense that, that's where that's actually coming from, is the way they're
Yeah.
formulating their B vitamins.
Yeah. Well, and so there's a couple of things that we need to understand about that, right? Is number one is our bodies, it produces a natural B12 on its own, right? It's a biome, and what it does, it breaks down all of the junk that you are eating, so then you can pass it through your system, either through fecal matter or your urine, right? So we naturally will have our B12, but when we pass that through and it's breaking down and it goes into the sewage plants, we are basically retaining less than 10% of what that actually is or what it can do, to break down your body. So when you're consuming that, that's why you're only consuming, 10 to, 5% because you've already used it. It's already been passed through your system. You can't reuse it again. So we have found a way that we create it by using natural ingredients and we will source it worldwide. Um, bring it to our facilitator and manufacturer out of Utah, and then we will, make it. So our B12, you will retain 90 to 95% of that B vitamin instead of less than
Wow.
10%.
Wow, that's unbelievable. So you one of the other vitamins that you mentioned was D, which I'm
Yep.
assuming would be like vitamin D3, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And there's tons. It is so important for us to have vitamin D. It increases testosterone production, increases your immune system response, helps you with processing different elements and stuff like that within your body, digestive system, blah blah blah. I mean, that is a extremely important vitamin. So uh,
Yes.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah, we're finding that vitamin D is actually more important and it's more necessary to consume than vitamin C. So we all thought back in the day that if you got sick, oh, I need vitamin C, I need vitamin C, right? The emergency. We're actually starting to find with the science and the research that we put behind all of this that we need more vitamin D than C to stay healthy for just the reasons like you just mentioned. So it's also
Yeah.
increasing your bone density. It's also increasing and creating healthier teeth and roots. So it's very, very, very important. So especially when we're going into the winter months, it's what, almost middle of October, right? I mean, it pretty much is
Hmm.
middle of October. We're going to be start seeing some winter months where it's going to be darker for longer periods, so we can't go outside and get the natural vitamin D from the sunlight like we could in the summer. So we're all going to be lacking some vitamin D. And with this, you drink this once a day, you're going to be getting just the amount of vitamin D that you need to intake on a daily basis with one
Yeah.
glass of Squatch juice.
Well, and part
So
of part of that too is we are we're a lot softer than we used to be throughout history.
yeah, yeah,
Where we're not living outside like we used to.
no,
So we have to supplement a lot of this stuff now because we're not spending as much time in the sun, so that our body can actually self-regulate and create
yep.
these different vitamins and stuff like that. So for anybody listening that's like, oh, well, I spend a lot of time outside. Well, do you? Because we used to
Yeah,
actually live outside. So
yeah. Well, here's another fun and interesting fact that kind of goes along with that. Like, you're absolutely right. Times have changed. We're not outdoors as much as we used to be. I know when I grew up, I was outdoors all the time. Like, I loved being outdoors, and it's not the same. It's totally different. My kids, if they don't have to be outside, they're going to be inside. But
mhm.
something that I was watching last night, and it's really, really sad to see, is a lot of people are sitting there saying, well, mom and dad, you had Burger King when you grew up. You had McDonald's when you were growing up. You had all this stuff. Yeah, we did. But did you
That stuff has
actually know?
changed.
Oh my gosh, the preservatives, the things that they have put into these fries now, and the meat and all of the lettuce, everything from what it used to be, and it was a list of like ingredients this long compared to
Yeah.
now it's like this long, and it's so bad for you now. It's not the same. It's not the same food. I remember going and actually getting a real burger from Burger King and McDonald's and all that, and it was actually a burger. It's
Hmm.
not processed anything. The meat now is fake meat. It's not real meat. Like, if you really want to know what meat is being used in the hamburger patties, go watch. It's on YouTube. They'll show you. It's absolutely disgusting. It's a paste. And then they
Yeah.
form it into a patty. It's just unbelievable. So what we're intaking now, we need to have something that's healthy. We need to have something that is going to get our bodies back on a good system, right? On a good path. And it's really, really sad to see because I've actually had a few people, and this may be bad marketing. I don't know. I'll just be truthful with it. You know that your gut's bad. You know that you're eating really, really bad when you start drinking something healthy and your body starts to react in a way where you feel like you're getting sick or something. It's because your body's now intaking really good products, really good ingredients, and all of that nastiness is trying to get it like pushed out. It's trying to clean it out because your body knows. So we will
Well,
build up an
it
immune system.
yeah, well, it's interesting too because I see it in my kids where if they would rather have the processed stuff
Yep.
than a lot of the good natural ingredients, and they're like, "Oh, this tastes horrible," and I'm like, "This is like the best tasting spinach that I've ever had,"
Hmm.
straight out of the garden. Well, why does it taste weird? Because it doesn't have all that bull crap in it that
Yeah.
that you that you're getting from everywhere else, right? So, I mean,
Yep.
I'm guilty of it myself, right? Especially when you're traveling all the time. It is so
Hmm.
hard to get good food and not
Yep.
break the bank. And that's where, as
Yep.
hunters and fishermen and stuff like that, it's extremely important. But we one of the things my daughter asked me was, and this was my older daughter, she goes, why is it more expensive to eat healthy stuff than it is to eat all of this processed stuff? And I said, because it's far less expensive to produce that nasty stuff. And she said, that doesn't make any sense. It's got more ingredients in it. And I said, yeah, but the way that they produce those little ingredients cost them next to nothing because it'll come off of
Mm-hmm.
just like say chicken nuggets for instance, it'll come from like the offcuts, the cartilage, the bull crap that people don't normally want to eat. And they grind all that stuff up really small so you can't feel the texture difference, and boom, there you go. Now you've got chicken nuggets. And where originally, like if you were to cut a piece of chicken breast that would cost you maybe $5, now this little piece of chicken nugget costs you 5 cents, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right, right? So for them to keep the costs down or even to make more money, there's companies out there that do what I do, but they use the wrong ingredients, the bad stuff. They make it costs them pennies on the dollar. So they're making huge margins, huge profits. Where my margin and my profits aren't going to be as high. But I want to make sure
Mhm.
that I'm putting out a quality product. I want to make sure that we're getting back to where we should be and getting back to the healthy roots. Now, Aaron, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of the other stuff, like a lot of stuff that I have learned by being in this industry now for over a year, will just shock you. I think it will shock a lot of people that it's all in connection. It's all in congruency with everything that this nation wants, right? The reason why they want us to be consuming all of these nasty foods is because they're always pushing pharmaceuticals. Why are they pushing pharmaceuticals? Because you're sick. Why are you getting sick? I mean, look at it. We're putting garbage
you,
into our bodies. If we
you
put
sound like
garbage into our
RFK.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it may seem
Yeah.
like a conspiracy, but it's not. I mean, you start
Yeah.
looking at our health. We have now declined in life expectancy by 13%. So overall, as an American, our life expectancy has decreased 13% because of the crap that we are intaking. And then we get told you need pharmaceuticals, you need pills, you need
Mhm.
this, when we don't. If we would just get back to eating healthy, right? We wouldn't need pharmaceuticals, but then who's going to be out of business, right?
Yeah.
Who's not going to be getting the money? And
Well,
that's what it
it's
comes down to.
telling. Yeah, it's telling to me when you got companies like Pfizer or whoever that
Hmm.
sponsor every single piece of media out there, you know,
Yep.
and it's like, well, uh, I'm in media, so it's one of those things. Well, you don't want to crap on your sponsors, so you just kind of toe the line and stuff like that, you know. So it's like I
Yeah.
don't like personally to work with companies that I don't like, maybe that's just my personal integrity or just maybe the way that I think about things. But uh, you know, the almighty dollar is what makes the world go round. And
Yep.
so, you
It's
know,
sad. It's sad. Yeah, it's so sad. But I mean, we've actually made Squatch Juice so healthy that type 2 diabetics can drink it. I took the maltodextrin out. I took the sunflower lecithin out. So if you know anything about those types of ingredients, now we didn't have a lot of it in the beginning, but it was more of a filler. But it did cause diabetics to have a spike in their blood, and I said, you know what? Let's take this out. So we've done a lot of research. We've done a lot of money. We put a lot of money into it, and we've done the testing, and the testings come back conclusive that we are now the healthiest drink on the market out of everybody else.
so obviously I was addicted to energy drinks in the traditional sense. So let me show you the best way that I've found to drink Squatch juice that just fits all of those needs that an addict like myself loves. I take a half a scoop of both the lemon and the mango. And here's the real kicker. Because I love that bubbly taste, I just use a Spindrift. Now I get all the bubbly taste and feel of an energy drink, but all of the great vitamins, minerals, and all natural stuff from Squatch Juice.
Squatch Juice.
We've got some more testing that we're going to be doing with some new brands that are coming to the market. It seems like everyone else is trying to jump onto the bandwagon. So we're just going to see what they have. So I've got some people doing some testing right now. We've got some ingredient comparisons being done right now. So we'll kind of let you guys know what that looks like in the next coming months. But I wanted to make sure that we were doing something that nobody else can do. So my formula for Squatch Juice, nobody else has. It's proprietary to me. Nobody else has it, and nobody else will get it unless they want to come to me and try to swindle me. But that's not going to happen. So
Well, that's good. I mean, you guys have been hitting it hard on the tour circuit.
yeah.
I've been noticing, you're hitting a lot of retailers. You're doing a lot of shows, really getting out in front of people.
Yep.
So, where if people are looking for your stuff, where can they find
Hmm.
Squash Juice?
It's a great question. So we're in over 70 locations nationwide now. Some of the locations now are reaching out to us because they're starting to see just how healthy this product is. We are still having a tough time getting people to buy the product if they don't know about it. If we go to a show and we're sitting there and we're talking about it, we're having them taste it, and then we talk about it, it really will sell itself just because of how great it does taste. We don't use any dyes, we don't use any artificial flavors. So the pineapple mango is dehydrated pineapple mango. The watermelon's dehydrated watermelon. The lemonade is dehydrated lemon. So when we go out there and we start talking, we sell, right? I got a really cool story for you, and then I'm gonna get kind of into a list of where people can buy it. But we went to an archery shop here in Nampa, Idaho, called Endless Archery. We took, I think, six units of these things right here behind me,
Hmm.
and we were tasting them. Endless Archery with the owner Carl, and he had five or six people there at the shop, and there we got done filming, and they all came up and like, what are you guys filming? What are you guys tasting? And what is this?" And so I would explain to them just what I explained to you, but in a lot condenser form. And then they would taste it. He sold out in a matter of minutes. So I had to go
Holy
back and
cow!
get two more cases. Yeah, I had to go back and get two more cases. As I was coming back home to get two more cases, he sold 20 more. So he goes, grab me four more cases. So
Wow.
when people are educated about it, and when people know just how good it is, because a lot of people think that it's going to taste nasty, it's going to taste vitamin, it's going to taste really filmy. It really doesn't. We really have cracked this industry, and this product is bar none the best. Um, so we are in a couple of different locations. So we're in Oklahoma and a few stores down there. We're in Michigan. So there's a store in Michigan that has it. I can't remember their name. So Team MSC, which is the largest CF moto dealer in the nation right now, the number four in the world, they carry it. We have Shields here in Meridian. We have see Shield, D&B, and Pendleton. Uh, Twin Falls, Boise, Caldwell, the Oasis in Twin Falls that carries it. So if you're in Eden, that huge gas station as you're coming in or out of Twin Falls, they have it. They love it. Um, we're going to be getting into four more locations in Washington and Oregon with Archery World. So they're going to be carrying it here pretty soon. We've also got 40 pharmacies looking at bringing it on right now. So that's another talking point is, who do you know as an energy drink that doctors and pharmacies are saying we want to bring this in and we want to give this to our patients.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nobody. So that should say something. Um, or you can go online, go to squatchnut.com, and you can purchase it there online. We're going to get a code for Aaron and 6 a.m. So, what we're going to do is if you guys would like to get 10% off, you guys can go onto my website, squatchnut.com. It's SQUATCHNUT.com. And if you use their code 6 a.m., so VIAM, uh 10, you're going to get, sorry guys, you're going to be able to get 10% off.
Awesome, man. Thank you. But
But
yeah,
no,
I
man,
really
so
appreciate you providing us with a code. That'd be really cool. And yeah, hopefully we can really help push that out there.
I would love it, man, and working with you has been fun. I know that you've been using it. I mean, tell me, like, how do you like it compared to the other drinks that you've
So
had?
I am I am horrible when it comes to like energy drinks and stuff like that. Uh, that's one of those military stigmas. Um, where I guess now they will actually give you Red Bull and stuff like that in the military. But
Yeah, they have to.
we
It's
were,
mandated by OSHA now.
is it really?
Hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
OSHA's come out and they mandated where people have to, anybody in the service or anybody like in the construction world or anything like that, where there's a lot of like hard work stress or anything like that. OSHA's mandated it now where they have to provide hydration.
Uh, that I don't know that I would call that hydration. uh, because
Neither would
caffeine,
I.
uh, well, caffeine in itself is a diuretic. Um, so I don't know why they would consider it to be hydration, but the effects of caffeine are what a lot of people are addicted to, especially in high stress
Yeah,
situations, stuff like that, right? And I'm guilty of that. And with Squatch Juice, I just don't feel the like I feel like with other energy drinks and stuff like that, I get like bloated or um yeah, like I feel like crap.
yeah,
I get that big boost, right? But it's one of those things where is the juice really worth the squeeze, kind of thing. But it's almost an addiction kind of thing where, that's what I grab off the shelf, you know.
yeah,
And so one of the things I've started doing, and I think it was Travis that I saw on one of your TikTok videos, where he was like, "Oh, if you want to do the individual package of Squatch Juice,
yeah,
get those little
yep,
Mylar bags." And so that's actually what I did was I got those little Mylar bags so that I could start taking them out when I'm hunting and all that kind of stuff. Um, and I don't feel the negative effects and stuff like that that I do with most energy drinks.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
I really like it.
Nice. Well, I appreciate the support, man. I'm glad that you like it. And that'd be one thing too, is like if I didn't believe in the product, if I was getting people telling me that it tastes like garbage, or they felt like garbage, or it just wasn't working, or whatever, like a lot of negativity, then I wouldn't be doing it, right? I wouldn't be pushing this. But the amount of people, we've had thousands and thousands of people try it, thousands and thousands of people actually on it right now. We have our monthly subscription. We have, I don't know, like a couple hundred people on our monthly subscription now where we just send them out a canister of their choice every month, and it saves them 20%. And everybody has came back with just nothing but positive reviews. So that's why I'm really pushing it, because I've seen the positivity. I've seen the true testimonials of how this has changed people's health for the better. Um, You know that we know a guy named Mike and his wife Michelle with Whack It Outdoors.
Yep.
You know, Michelle almost died, and she was a
Yeah.
huge ghost drinker, a huge coffee drinker, and the doctor said you need to quit this or you're going to die. And she now is on Squatch Juice every day, and she says that if she doesn't drink her Squatch Juice, she feels like garbage. And it's helped her. The doctors are amazed. The doctors are coming back and they're asking her, like, what are you doing? Because you can get off half your meds now. And it's because
Wow.
she's using Squatch Juice. And that's what she tells them. So it's something that's really, really changing the industry. It's changing the way that we think about what we are putting into our bodies. And that's my ultimate goal, right? Um, this stuff has helped me personally. It's helped multiple of my friends. Now they're actually joining and wanting to push this product, and they don't even want to dime. And I've asked them, and I said, "Can I please just pay you for your guys' referral?" Like I got one guy who's literally trying to get it into Costco right now, and he's got the GM for all of like this area hooked on it. And if we get into Costco, he doesn't want to dime, but he believes in it
Wow.
that much. So
Wow.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
you've got a race car driver too uh that's throwing your stuff out there too, right?
Yeah, so Joe Daly, he owns a gym here too, so you can find it at his gym. He also sells it when he goes to races. He's going pre-NASCAR next year. So Joe Daly Racing, if you guys are listening and you guys want to see what you can do to get your brand on a car or a trailer, he is going to be your next and upcoming racer. He is absolutely amazing. He's fast. Love the guy to death. He's all about community, all about giving back, especially to first responders and to vets. He was a cop for a long time. My wife was in dispatch for a very long time, so they kind of knew each other. And then we just kind of connected finally. But he believes in the product so much that he's like, I'm gonna start repping you guys on my cars and my trailers. Um,
Dude,
and
that's
uh,
awesome.
it's been amazing. But he uses it every day. His wife is on it now, and she goes, I can't drink water, but now I do. And she goes, my cholesterol and my LDLs have all come down. And she goes, I feel so good when I'm on it. So it's amazing. We're actually getting bodybuilders. So we may or may not be working with one of the strongest men in the world right now and see if he wants to sign. So, but so far he loves it.
That's awesome. Good
Yeah.
deal. Yeah, so
So,
I had a podcast with another guy. His name's Chris Heskett. Um, he was a bodybuilder and stuff like that, and now he just is a nutritional coach because he realized how bad bodybuilding can actually be for your body. Just the way they do things, the way they're having to cut, and just
yeah.
all kinds of stuff like that, right? So
Yeah.
he actually he I think he would probably be pretty interested in this because of the people that he works with. He's got a lot of clients that are, addicted to energy drinks or whatever.
Hmm.
And that was another thing that I found too, not to kind of go back, but uh with energy drinks, there's so much damn sugar in those things.
Yeah.
Um
A lot of them.
and most of them, even the sugar-free ones, are not great for you. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that um I just like size wise, because I really don't care so much about weight as much as I do size and fat content, right?
Yep.
Um, but I've noticed like I really blow up if I'm
Yeah.
on those regular energy drinks all the time, and
Yeah.
then when I cut those energy drinks out, I mean I just like tightened up a lot more.
Yep. It's amazing what's in those that actually is so harmful for your body. So there's a couple of different sugars. Like let's talk about the sugar, right? So we have
Yeah.
less than a gram of sugar. So how is it so sweet? Well, two factors. Number one is we're using real fruit. So you're getting a lot of the sugar and the real natural content from the fruit, right? So it's going to be sweet from that. But we actually are using sucralose. Okay. So when you're
Hmm.
looking at energy drinks and and it's a very small amount of sucralose, and I'm going to explain why and why we went with sucralose over the other ones, right? So a lot of these sugar-free Red Bull, sugar-free whatever, they use aspartame, right? Some of them
Hmm.
use sucralose, which is fine. So there's a huge stigma and there's a huge misconception on sucralose. Okay. So you've got your really bad aspartame, right? Like that is
Hmm.
really, really bad for you. But then you have monk fruit and you have allulose, and then you have sucralose. Okay, those are going to be your top three natural man-made sugars. Now, how is it naturally man-made? It's derived from sugar. So sucralose is derived from the actual sugar cane, okay, from the sugar itself, and then it's taking all the bad stuff out of that, and then it's putting it into what's called sucralose, and it's called sucrose. So it is actually derived from real sugar. So a lot of people think that sucralose is really, really, really bad for you. It's actually not. And it's 600 times more sweet or 600 times sweeter than real sugar. So you have to be very, very cognitive of how much you're putting in because it can be really, really oversweet. So we barely put like it's a minuscule and it's so low that we can't really measure it. So you'll see on the canister that it says sucralose is in there, but in the ingredients there's like not a 1% or 2% or like whatever because it's very, 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 very small amounts of sucralose. We've had people who are very sensitive to sweeteners, especially if you take a lot of sucralose, right? It can be harmful, just like with anything else. All right, it's all in moderation. And these people were like, "I can't take it because of sucralose." Well, I said, just try it. So they tried a little bit. Like they started with a quarter of a scoop to a half a scoop to two-thirds of a scoop to a full scoop, and then they did it for about a week, and they all came back and said, "We feel fine. Like we don't have any issues." Because it's just very, very small amount. So be very cognitive on that. If we could use monk fruit, that's the best. Then allulose, and then it's sucralose. But monk fruit, oh man, it tastes absolutely disgusting, dude. Like you have to put stevia. So then stevia. So stevia is right there with so it goes monk fruit, allulose, stevia, then sucralose. Stevia is a little bit tougher. They make over 24 different variants of stevia. So but to get that content right, to make it mix well, to taste well, and to be ultimately overall like really healthy for you without adding something else to make it taste good, sucralose was the best that we can come up with, and it's not bad for you. So anyways,
Okay. Yeah. So I will use stevia and stuff like that in certain things because I try and get away from sugar as much as I can. Um, and my wife's like, "Ugh, that tastes horrible." But I mean,
yeah.
I can't taste the difference personally, but she's like, I don't like the taste." But this is also the same lady that will take like half a jar of sugar and like pour it in her coffee. Um,
Yeah, nice,
so you know,
nice. Yeah.
there is that, but she uses a lot of the creamers and stuff like that. That
Uh-huh.
like I don't really know what they're called, but they're like the sweetened creamers and stuff.
Yep.
And to me, that stuff, I can't stand the
No.
flavor of that sugar, that sweet. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No,
Um,
I agree. I can't do it either. Um, but I can tell you this, that I mean, I used to be two, three, four Monster energy drinks, Red Bulls a day because I always had that crash. But you're not going to get the crash with Squatch Juice because you have the theacrine that kicks in, then you have the caffeine, which is derived from the coffee bean seed and dehydrated. That's 150 milligrams of that, and then you have your dynamine. So the dynamine will kick in at the very end, where it keeps you like even kill without the crash. But I've tried it. Like we tried a couple on the mountain a couple weeks ago when we were hunting. Me and my buddy, we were dry heaving on the mountain. Like it took us 2 days to get over that stuff. It was so
mm,
gross. It didn't taste bad. It's just our bodies, man, could tell that it was just not healthy for you. So we went back to Squatch Juice, and we just can't do anything else. But
yeah.
Ultimately, like what I want Squatch Juice to do and what I want it to be is I want it to be the everyday drink for everybody, right? If you're wanting some source of energy or your vitamins or turmeric or whatever it may be, go to Squatch Juice, right? If you're an outdoor enthusiast and you're looking for something that's going to give you that boost in energy, that's going to be able to give you that focus, that stamina, Squatch Juice, right? So if you're surfing or if you're wakeboarding or you're skiing, right? Like you're not going to get tired. If you're out hunting, hiking, camping, fishing, this is really meant for all of the outdoor enthusiasts and for anybody who wants to stay active. I mean, we even have runners now that are taking this stuff before their 5K marathons and their performance. Like, I have one guy that emailed us 2 nights ago, and he goes, "This is what I was doing before Squatch Juice, and this is what I'm doing now with Squatch Juice." And he's lost, like, I think 30 to 60 seconds off his time. And he
Wow.
said,
So
I'm
do
not
you
tired.
guys do you guys have electrolytes in it? Because I know that's one of the big
Hmm.
things, like on the mountain, that I am
Yeah.
looking for, because obviously you're beating the crap out of yourself out there, um,
Hmm.
you know, and you need to
Yeah.
replenish those electrolytes. So, um,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we do have, so with your vitamins, right, that you're going to be intaking, and then because you're mixing it with a vitamin, like you can do like a vitamin water with it or something that's going to be a little bit healthier, you're going to be intaking that water content. Then we have 210 milligrams of sodium, which is really, really good for hydration. So you're going to have a little bit of everything. So you're gonna have your hydration, you're gonna have your electrolytes, right? It's not like a full-on electrolyte drink. It's not a full hydration drink where a lot of these hydration drinks are like 500 milligrams of sodium, all that stuff, right? It doesn't have potassium in it. It does not have creatine in it, so there's no creatine. It has theacrine, but not teacrine, or it does have teacrine, but not creatine, which is different. So creatine is what actually will help build your muscles, right? And help. It's a natural thing when you eat a whole bunch of meat and a whole bunch of protein, creatine's in it. So give or take, like I said, all in portion. But it does have all of that. So I can tell you when I shot my cow elk, it was about midnight when we were ready to pack out because it took us that long. She was huge. We got about 160 pounds of meat deboned off of her.
wow.
Um, it was midnight, and Kevin was there. You know Kevin from the Northwest
Hmm.
Mountain Shoot, and he was there helping. And so I had my buddy Corey and his dad was really never a fan of Squatch Juice, like ever. And he just was like, "I do herbe mate and IV. I look what IV and all that stuff." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So me and Corey and Kevin, we took a whole like 20-ounce glass or water bottle of Squatch Juice before we hiked out. And man, we felt amazing. Like I felt really, really, really good. And his dad was dying, and so we finally gave him some Squatch Juice. And that next morning, he came to me and he goes, "Give me a tub. I'm a believer." And he actually came and bought 100 units to take back up to Riggins,
Wow.
and he's selling it now in Riggins. And he's like, "I believe in this stuff. Like, I feel so good. Like, it's amazing." So, anyways, yeah, we do have a little bit of that. So, like I said, dude, it is like an overall well-rounded everyday drink that everybody and anybody needs to be drinking. We even have, I mean, granted, it's up to you and what you want to do with your kids, but we do have kids who are drinking this anywhere from 9 to 18 years old, and some of them it's helping them focus a lot better in school because of the caffeine, right? It's helping them, well, and with the mind flow, it's also helping that with the cognitivity and the focus. Um, and then we have kids who've been suffering through for with migraines for years, and the parents just can't figure it out. The doctors can't figure it out. So he's been doing Squatch Juice now for the last, I think, 4 months and hasn't had a migraine since. Um,
Wow.
so I don't know, man. It's like those are the reasons why I do this. Those are the reasons why I believe in this product so much. That is why this is going to change the industry. It really will.
Yeah. I'd much rather my kids drink something that's natural than,
Hmm.
you know, something like Red Bull, Monster, whatever. Name your energy drink, right? Um, So yeah, I'm right there with you. So what do you guys have next? What's your big shows or whatever? So that way if
Yeah,
people are out and you guys are in their area, they can come out, talk to you guys in person, and experience that kind of
yeah.
thing.
So we've got some big things coming up. I will be talking in Olympia, Washington on the 6th. I believe it's the 6th of December. And so we're going to be talking about Squatch Juice. Archery World is going to be putting on an event. They're going to be flying me out, and they want me to talk about it, kind of what we've been talking about here today. And then also right after that, I got to fly to Vegas because I got a guy that's going to be taking about 300 to 500 units down there to sell at his booth. He reached out to me. He does the Cowboy Christmas in Vegas, so
Oh
we will
yeah.
be down there. And so I'm gonna fly down there and kind of help him, what to say, how to say it, do some taste testing and all that kind of stuff. Help him out with the booth for a couple days. And then we are going to be doing the sportsman shows, the Pacific Northwest sportsman shows. So we will be in Puyallup the 29th of January to the 5th of February. And then the 16th of February, I believe is what it is. We're going to be down in Portland. And then in March, we're going to be in, I think it's Richland, I think is what it is. Richland or I think it's Richland is where we're going to be. So we're going to be doing all three of those. And so keep an eye out for my truck, guys. It's a huge white Cummins pickup truck that's got a huge orange Sasquatch on the side that says Squatch Nut. And then we have the Squatch Juice logos on there now. So if you guys see us, stop us. We love saying hi to our fans. We love saying hi to our followers. We give out free swag, stickers. Sometimes we even give out free Squatch Juice. So just stop us if you see us. We'd love to say hi. So
Awesome.
absolutely.
Well, where can people find you? You said squatchnot.com.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different places. I mean, if you want to go to our website, we have a list of where they can find it if you're in that area. But if you're not in that area, just go to our website, squatchnut.com, and then you can purchase it there. We'll ship it out to you. I fulfill all of the orders here at my house right now. It's starting to get a little overwhelming, so I might have to look at getting like another house with a shop, or I'm gonna have to get like some sort of a shed or something, man, because I just don't have room in the garage. It's just filling it up. So, but yeah, we'll take care of you.
Good deal. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'd love to talk to you more, but I've got to jump off here. And I really, really appreciate you jumping on with us, and we'll definitely be talking more. But for anybody out there that's interested in Squatch Juice, like you just said, squatchnut.com. You can go online, uh, Squatchnut, Squatch Juice on TikTok, and all these. You're in like every social media, it seems
Yep,
like. So,
everywhere, man, everywhere.
so,
So
so you can find them.
cool.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron, man. I appreciate you.